to the bed, then we take it to the floor, then we chill for a second, then we back at it some more. Sexy, can I just pardon my manners? Girl, how you shake it, gotta play it like it's a Kodak moment, then you go and get my camera.
Love Kodak moments.
I just wanna have some fun.
You know, I want to ask something too.
Oh, I have a Canon.
I said, can I just have some fun?
We about to turn
Huh?
the
Huh?
now.
You have a Canon?
Cameras out.
Yeah, Canon camera, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about my throwing arm or anything.
Oh, okay. I was, well,
Oh, my guns.
your guns. I was wondering.
He's talking about a Kodak moment, you know. I mean, I used Kodak film, I'm sure. But anyway, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Nice to see you.
You as well? Did you have a good weekend?
Wonderful. You see that Mariner game yesterday? I mean, come on.
I know.
Pouring it on. We don't miss Jared Washburn. As a matter of fact, he is the Jared Washburn that I remember from the past couple of seasons as opposed to this season over the past two starts with this new little fancy ball club, the Detroit Tigers.
Yes.
I love when people call them the Detroit Tigers as opposed to the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like the police.
That's right. He's got a 9 ERA in 2 starts. He's going to start questioning his ability to pitch. He's going to sign with the Mariners again in the offseason. They just rented him for a couple of months. He's going to want to come back, and they get him on the cheap, and they got 2 prospects.
Get 'em on the cheap. Wow.
They did it finally the way they should do it, the Mariners front office. They got a new general manager, and so far you got to give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess. And they're hitting grand slams yesterday and winning 11-2 against a team that is ahead of them in the wild card race. This thing ain't over, as I told you. I told you.
Wild card race.
Aren't they like 4.5
it
games
is.
behind now?
They are 4.5 games behind in the wild card.
Oh, what a deal. That's what we're rooting for now?
The wild card, yeah.
Okay.
By the way, the past
4.5?
4.5 games is nothing.
That's plenty. For the Mariners? That's a lot.
All right. I know the teams that have been 9.5 games out at this point or 10 games out at this point that have won World Series. But anyway.
Not the 09 Mariners.
Well, you have to
Never
say
happened to
that
that
because
team.
you're the guy when the Mariners traded Washburn said, well, now the thing that bothers me is that the season's over.
Right.
And it doesn't seem like that's the case. They've been winning at a better percentage clip since they traded Washburn than probably at any point in the season. But anyway.
Traded him 9 games out or 10 games out of first place, so it did seem like the season was over. When you trade your best player away for guys that aren't going to contribute on your team this year, it does seem like it's over.
But if you're listening to the team, maybe you should tune in once in a while. I told you that guy was playing way over his head. And sometimes the team rallies around that, and that's exactly what's gone on since then. He was playing way over his head, and the team has rallied around it. Not like at least they're not missing a beat. At most, they've picked it up a step, and they're moving in on the wild card. Now people are actually watching the wild card standings because the Mariners are a factor in the wild card standings.
Wild card.
And the team they beat yesterday is ahead of them in the wild card standings.
I'll buy my playoff tickets after the show today. Why don't you say so?
Okay. Man,
Always the cynic.
Mr. Local Sports Negativity.
I
It's just across the
know.
They
board
trade
now.
their best pitcher away. It's
Talk
over.
about
Jeez.
Oscar the Grouch.
Totally.
Their best pitcher gave up 6 runs yesterday. 6 runs.
Not for the Mariners, though. He was good when he pitched here, you know?
He was pitching over his head. He would have been doing the same
I
thing.
know, I agree with you, but over his head was good. It worked. He pitched well.
It worked for a while, and they traded him when his value was the highest, and hopefully the prospects they got from him turned out to be something in the next couple of years. Even when the Mariners traded Randy Johnson, the 2 guys that they, to the Arizona Diamondbacks, the 2 guys they got turned out to be players. I mean, Freddie Garcia is just sitting around mumbling to himself
what
right
are
now,
they
but
doing these days?
Lifeguard, come back to me, please.
he had a good little run for a while. And Carlos Guillen is
was good.
Oh, that was another one.
he's doing a nice little job of his own in the major leagues. So those are the 2 guys they got. Unknown guys at the time when they traded Randy Johnson. Now, Randy Johnson went on to win Cy Young after the Mariners traded him, but that ain't going to be Jared Washburn, trust me.
Wasn't there another pitcher they got that was pretty good for a while? Had a couple good starts in the playoffs?
Nope, they only got Freddie and
That was it? All right.
and Carlos Guillen. I know who you're thinking of.
Yeah, who was that guy? He
A lefty, but
he said he never even watched baseball. He didn't even like it.
yeah, that wasn't in that trade, I
Okay.
don't think.
I thought it was.
Maybe it was, but I don't think so. I think they only got those 2. But I know exactly who you're thinking of.
Really?
I can't think of his name.
Goatee, I think, or something?
Yeah, and he's born and raised in the New York area, so
Yep,
I can't remember. He's not playing in the major leagues anymore. But anyway, your weekend was good, Terry.
It was very good. Did you watch the Penn fight, or did you watch any of the
BJ
UFC?
Penn?
Yeah.
You know,
Silva. I heard Silva just.
was committed to a movie that night.
Were you?
Yeah.
Because I
wanna
heard it.
know.
Oh
What
my
movie?
gosh, I heard it was.
I saw Funny People.
Oh, okay, good.
And
Was it worth it?
you thought I was going to be dragged to some
Yeah, Katherine Heigl pile.
the Katherine Heigl pile? No,
Yeah.
I've done enough Katherine Heigl piles for the
Okay.
next 5 years
All right.
that I'm good on Katherine Heigl piles. I filled my quota.
on.
I've done my good husbandly service for Katherine Heigl piles. Now, we saw Funny People, and I could see why a lot of people, first of all, it's very long, but I could see why a lot of people are kind of lukewarm on it at best. I thought it was really funny. But I could see why a lot of people sit in that theater going, this is not the Adam Sandler I remember. This is not the funniest movie I've ever seen in a long time. I can see why a lot of people are not liking it that much. But
Right.
I loved it. And I think you would like it a lot.
Really? I started watching it.
Pacey just wrote down the name for you of the picture.
Yeah.
If you give me a second, I'll
Do you
think
want
of
his
it.
initials or his first name or something?
If you give me his first name, I'll get it.
You could definitely get it,
Yeah.
I think.
All right.
John.
Oh, thank you so much.
No. Whoa, that's
I'm all
going to
over
make
it
it
now.
so much easier.
Oh, yeah, Smith.
Wow.
John. And last initial?
H.
H. I thought, yeah, H. John. He's tall. He's a tall guy, like
Yep.
6'4", 6'5",
Yep.
6'6". He was good for a couple seconds
Yeah, he
there.
showed some real promise at times, yes.
But was he in the Randy Johnson trade? Was there a three? Was it 3 for 1? It was a 3 for 1. Yeah.
Two and one later.
Oh, two and a player to be named later. Oh, he was the player to be named later.
Ah.
Wow, that's who it was.
There you go.
All these trades involve a player to be named later.
Yeah.
They never turned out to be much. He was good for a second there.
Okay.
Anyway, Funny People was pretty
Was good? Worth it?
I liked it.
Worth missing the big fight there?
Well, I wanted to watch that big fight really bad, but I heard the Anderson Silva fight was so quick that
Yeah.
might have been not worth the money.
Well, I heard, though, that he...
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it. I
Oh.
just heard about it.
Shame, Skag. Come on, you're a hoe. Why don't you buy it?
No, but I heard that Silva, embarrassed Griffin bad.
Yeah, I hate when an Ultimate Fighting contest ends because of the ref stops it because someone's punching someone in the face while he's down on the ground so much. I like
No,
it when it's like Anderson Silva's fights usually end on a submission hold where he's choking
Yeah.
the dude out.
Right.
That I love. Oh, you got to stop it or he won't be able to breathe. He'll die right there on the mat.
But
That
not
I
this
love.
one. He,
But what's the difference than a guy getting socked in the face uncontrollably?
Yeah,
Brain damage?
I know, and I've seen that many times. But there was a fight like a year and a half ago where Anderson Silva was choking out Henderson. What was his first name? Whatever his first name was, but he was choking
remember.
Florence. He was choking
She's tough.
choking the life out of him, and you could see the look on Dan Henderson's face. I think it was, or something Henderson, and if the ref didn't stop it, he would have died right there in front of the world.
Wow.
Because he had this chokehold on him.
Right.
That he somehow got him in. The spider was just extra spidery that night and just freaking looked like he needed someone to save his opponent's life.
Right.
But I'm going to punch you a million times until the ref
Yeah.
stops it. Those punches don't even look like they're really. I mean, I was in a million fights like that. No one stopped it.
right.
No one stopped it for me.
Yeah, but you weren't in the octagon.
I know. I wish I was. Someone could have stopped it for me. Cool. I can go back to eating my lunch. That was like
Imagine the octagon in the middle of the lunch.
that was every day in high school for me. I was
Right.
getting punched like that.
Right.
But all right, Hensky or something? No, not Hensky. Heigl? No.
Catherine.
John Heigl.
Sounds like something like that though, right?
3 syllables.
Hennehamdu.
Yes.
Yeah. John Hennefield. No. John.
It's not a common last name.
Yeah. I don't remember.
John Halama.
Halama. That's right. John Halama. Yeah.
It's like a New York guy that said he never even watched baseball growing
Yeah,
up. Doesn't care.
I picture him pitching against the Yankees when the Mariners were actually in the playoffs back in the, in 2000. I remember him pitching against the Yankees. Freddie Garcia in Game 1 beat the Yankees. John Halama looked like he was going to beat him in Game 2.
Yep.
And then just crapped the bed. I almost said this word. Crapped the bed in like the 6th inning after he pitched 5 great innings.
1 inning too many.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, it's a Monday morning.
It is.
And you were home Saturday night and you didn't buy the fight.
No, I didn't.
And you're asking me if I bought it.
Well,
wasn't
no,
home.
I just
was gonna
wondered
buy
if you would. Well, I
it. I
don't.
wanted to buy it.
No,
Okay.
you guys could both buy it and TiVo it.
I just,
Yeah,
well,
that
I
is-
was thinking of that. I actually considered that, but I knew that I hate watching sporting events that you're supposed to watch live after the fact. And I figured if I really wanted to see it that bad, you could always buy it like on DirecTV at any point after the fight's over for the same price.
Right.
Yeah, they still charge you the full amount, which is a rip-off to me. But anyway.
Yes, it is.
Because I had read all about it by that point. All right. We'll come back.
Did you get your NFL on yesterday?
We'll get things started.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to watch a second of it.
Oh, really?
Was it any good? T.O.?
It's NFL. It's preseason. It's T.O. for 2 series.
T.O. played, for 1 down or what?
Yeah, played 2 series.
Mm-hmm.
2 catches, 27 yards. Looks good still.
We'll come
Yeah, he
back.
does.
We'll get things started right after these words.
What up? It's Jason Derulo. You know, if you ever love someone, everybody makes mistakes. If you thought that love was real, would you give love another shot? What you say? Jason Derulo.
American Idol.
It's insane right now. So I haven't really thought of anything but getting over the overwhelming and wonderful, and people really being supportive.
In a phone
Why does she always sound like she's got a cold?
I don't know.
I mean, I know she's always got the raspy voice, and that's just her voice,
Right.
but it always sounds like she's, on top of having a raspy voice, is sick.
Yeah, maybe she is.
I'm a little under the weather.
Insane right now. So I haven't really thought of anything but getting
Like
over
I'm filled with fluid sound. You know that sound?
Right, or maybe she's just been doing too much coke, and so she's all stuffed up.
The membranes of the nose are
Yeah.
really thin. Yes,
Yeah,
got it.
could
Got
be.
it.
Paula Abdul is speaking out for the first time
Oh,
since
cool.
quitting American Idol.
It's insane right now. So I haven't really thought of anything but getting over the overwhelming.
And the quality of the interview is so good.
It is.
Can you hear it?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Crystal clear.
Heaven forbid she should show up and actually do it into a microphone. They probably got her over the phone or something.
Quitting American Idol.
Yeah.
It's insane right now.
Insane right
So
now.
I haven't really thought of anything but getting over the overwhelming and wonderful, and people really being supportive.
In a phone interview with the Associated
Yeah.
Press, Abdul said she was considering a number of job offers, including an offer from the producers of So You Think You Can Dance.
Well, there you go. I mean, that makes more sense than her being on American Idol. It always did.
Yeah.
She's a dancer.
She is, and choreographer, yeah.
And that show has gained immensely in popularity. That show is probably the biggest threat to, but it's on the same network, as, the biggest threat to American Idol that's out there. That show is little by little gained market share, as they say in the trade.
Ooh, market share.
I mean, the ratings for So You Think You Can Dance are probably, I know they're on different times a year, right? But-
Right.
Or maybe they overlap a little bit, but So You Think You Can Dance has gotten to beyond.
Yeah, I mean, when it kind of, I think it kind of started out as they had a
used to
lot
laugh
of B
about it.
celebrities, and now,
No, we're not talking about Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yeah, you're
We're
right.
talking about So You Think You Can
yeah,
Dance.
the crew, yeah.
Different show.
Right, I know.
Not on.
There's, I know.
Terry's
They
the Paula Abdul of our show.
Dancing with the Stars is not on Fox.
I know.
It's on ABC. And
and it just got done, and then we just had the finale too. Yeah.
Now that show
There we go, yeah.
has been a superstar show for the network that is ABC
Right.
since the beginning. This show that I'm speaking about,
No, I know.
kind of started out as the butt of jokes,
Right.
and now is pretty solid, and people love it, and the ratings have gotten to proportions that no one could have imagined, and it's a very strong show now.
But also too, isn't Simon Lithgow the guy who did both?
Oh, now
right?
I'm telling you something about
no,
it?
I'm just trying to remember.
Right.
I'm just because I know that he is on the panel of So You Think You Can Dance.
That's right.
But was he ever on the panel of
I don't think so.
American Idol,
No,
or was
the
he just the producer?
Panel of American Idol has always consistently been Simon.
Right, I know,
Paula,
but I didn't know if he had ever.
and Randay. Now, Pasty screaming
Oh,
through the
boy.
glass. Yes, Pasty.
Simon Fuller created them both.
Okay.
Aha! You got your
God, way too many Simons,
lot of Simons.
man.
Yes.
3 of them. Okay.
Too many Simons to keep track of if it's 3. Where is So You Think You Can Dance in the ratings now? I mean, it's a top 10 show now, isn't it?
I think it definitely.
America's Got Talent has been number 1 and 2 this whole season.
America's Got Talent?
Yeah, it's been 1 and 2 consistently.
And it's got Nick Cannon now as the.
So America's Got Talent is better than So You Think You Can Dance?
It's been I don't know about. I know it's been number 1 and 2 the past 2
So You
ratings.
Think You Can Dance was number 1 in a couple years ago. In summer of 2009, a 3.4 rating.
All right, but where does it rank?
I'd have to.
Get back to us.
Okay.
Considering a number of job offers, including an offer from the producers of So You Think You Can Dance.
I'm not going to rule that out. I'm a dancer, a choreographer. Dance is a love of mine. But I have yet to sit down and discuss anything with anyone.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
So what is she going to do then?
It's going to be a very exciting time for whoever she does sit down and discuss something with, because that is going to be a very deep conversation.
Well, she is getting a lot of love, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's very hireable, but she's never going to get paid anything close to what she was offered on American Idol. But this is her prerogative, I guess. Yes, Pasty.
It looks like it tied for the third spot for the week.
Number 3.
Yep.
Number 3 show of the week. So you think you can dance?
Yeah.
Behind what?
Behind Hell's Kitchen, Brand New, and America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent and Hell's Kitchen are the number 1 and 2 shows of the summer.
Right.
But you got to keep in mind, in the summer, nothing is first run on networks, or it's all reruns on everything. So that's why these shows don't sound like the strongest shows in the world that are killing it over the past week.
Right.
Hell's Kitchen? Really?
Awful.
That's the best show that people are watching out there?
People like it, man.
Yeah, they do. They love to hear him
All right.
scream at everybody.
I've never watched
Someone
it.
threatened to fight him a couple
Really?
weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh,
Got
my
right in his
gosh.
face and wanted to fight him.
Is that on A&E or Bravo or what? Is that on,
No, I think it's on a network.
it is on a network? It probably has to be
No, I
to
think
do
it's
that
on
well.
Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be to
Yeah. Couldn't be on A&E.
do that well.
Those kinds of
It just sounds like a show that should be on A&E or Bravo.
Yeah. Well, Bravo's got Top Chef,
Top
Yes.
Chef, okay, yeah.
which I love.
And the
Yeah,
Top
that's
Chefs,
awesome.
the Top Chef people have to be like, Hell's Kitchen's number 2, and we're
Yeah.
stuck here on Bravo.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's exciting times, let me tell you. And Paula Abdul is not going to sit around and do nothing.
Oh, she'll land on her feet.
She is going to pick herself up by her dancing bootstraps,
There you go.
and she is going to move on with her career
What an
Yep.
easy
and make minimum
gig.
wage.
What an easy gig it would be to do American Idol. She has no responsibilities
That's what
on
I'm
that
saying.
show.
Just show up,
Oh my gosh.
say you made it your own, and ask where your money is.
Made it.
No responsibilities. She's not responsible for the success of that show at all.
Do what you do best and flirt with some 21-year-old boys. And that's giving her the benefit of the doubt. And just move on with your days. Man, who has had such the easy, cushy job in their life that pays so much? And this could be in the history of employment. In the history of employment, which goes back some time.
Yeah, I would say
mean,
so.
it's been a lot of years since jobs were invented. Since the day jobs were invented and employment began, I don't think there's been an easier job that pays so much in the history of employment.
It's a tough equation.
Okay?
Easy job, huge money.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think in the easy job, huge money existence, there has been a better gig than Paul Abdul has with American Idol.
Right.
Show up, put some Jesus juice in your cup,
Jesus.
drink vodka until you're loopy and staggering, and they'll still cover for you.
Right.
And factor all this in. The executives and the producers have covered for her all this time for her drinking and drug problems, her prescription
Yeah,
problems.
her painkillers. Pop
She
a few of those.
just show up, say you made it your own a couple of dozen times,
Uh-huh.
get a huge check, flirt with some 19-year-old boys on the way out of the studio lot, and go to bed.
Oh, goodness.
Or follow a contestant back to their little house, or set up a little side pad
Right.
there.
Or have
Tried
them
that, but
invite
that
you
guy,
over.
She tried that, but that guy told everyone.
Right.
He ruined
That's
it for
right.
everybody.
Greatest job as far as breaking it down with the amount of payment divided by the amount of work
Multiply by
squared by pi.
Oh yeah.
And
if the night goes well, yeah, it would be squared by
and
pi.
I don't think anything has ever really eclipsed that.
I mean, think about when she's on the road. I'm sure she's got people just pulling her around, go here, go there. Like you have to do nothing. Mm-hmm. You have to be responsible for anything.
And yet she's like, no, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well,
As opposed to, like someone like me who's working like a dog.
that's right.
Anyway, what else is going on, Terry? What else is happening this morning besides Paula saying that she's not, going to put out those rumor fires that have her on the panel of So You Think You Can Dance next year?
Right. Well, Elizabeth Hasselbeck gave birth to a baby boy yesterday morning. So that is her second boy. She has her first child with Tim was a girl who is 4, and then and her name is Grace, and then 21-year-old Taylor.
Taylor's a boy? Mm-hmm.
And then they named this
Most
one.
Taylors these days are girls.
I know.
She named her Taylor a boy.
She did.
A la the Planet of the Apes character that don't look for a Taylor. Anyway, I always kind of have to take note of the people that have multiple sexes for their children because we're finding it very difficult right now. Believe me, I'm in the rigors of having all these rules on my sex, Terry. So that we can have a girl because we have 2 boys. That came very easy for us.
Right.
You know. Mm-hmm. Baby sex after the first month, knocked up, boy. Baby sex, first month, knocked up, boy. Now, there's a list of rules hanging on my bedroom wall. I can't do this. I can't eat that. I can't give her an orgasm. No problem. Check.
But you can't go into your private.
I can't have sex with her during ovulation times. All so that we can have a girl. These are the mystical rules.
Isn't that the only way you can get pregnant? Is when she's ovulating?
Well, no, you can get pregnant outside of ovulation time, but
harder.
The chances are much harder.
Tougher.
And so the likelihood is you're not going to get pregnant if a woman is not ovulating, but she has read that if you want to have a girl and you are boy makers, that your chances go up if you are able to get pregnant during a non-ovulation time.
Wow, that sounds
So that's why
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have sex with her. I can't breathe on her. If she's ovulating.
Well, but also, too, you cannot also enjoy self-gratification moments, right? Aren't you, limited to that?
No, actually,
has she lightened up?
During her ovulation time, I can self-gratify until I'm blue in the face.
Yeah, it's a free-for-all for
Right,
you.
I can.
Okay.
She doesn't mind. She actually, I think she hears from me something. I don't even try to hide it that much during ovulation time.
Really?
Yeah.
You're loud?
Yeah, I'm gonna. You're so good, Rob. Anyway.
You watch videos of guys named Rob?
Stupid.
No, I'm just telling myself like that.
That's
Anyway,
crazy.
I'm dialed in here.
So between, just so if you want to keep a scorecard at home, between between the 13th of the month and between the 13th and like the 28th, we can't have sex or something like that during her ovulation time. We can only have intercourse for the 8 days or something like that after her. So that we can have a girl.
Okay.
But after all this is said and done, we've gone 2 months and we haven't gotten pregnant because we're having sex during non-ovulation times. Now we're on month 3. And you watch, after a couple of months, she's going to be like, oh, come on, let's just do it during ovulation time, and we're going to have a boy. You're
just a boy guy. I mean, you're just a boy maker.
Well, with her, I'm a boy maker, yes.
With her? Are you? I mean, are there others?
Any other options? What are you offering,
Is
Terry?
there something that we don't know about?
Well, I'm just saying, if I were to have some random,
frivolous
love child sex with a listener or something, I bet you I can make girls. It's just about the combination. I mean, yeah, it's all on the guy to decide the sex of the baby, but it's also the combination of the guy with the woman that he's making babies with.
Okay. Yep.
I guarantee you this.
I
guarantee you 2 things.
Number
one, every baby I have with my wife, I'm going to be having boys.
Okay.
But
number 2,
if you threw me out there in the fields,
if
you threw me out there on the battlefield,
where you could I
can make girls galore. I
really?
mean, I'd still make more boys than girls.
No,
I think because I'm not a love maker that has girls.
No, you do
I'm
pounding.
Slam your face up against the wall kind of.
Face against the wall.
You and Kilbreath.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, jeez.
That's right.
Diminish my feeling here. Bring you the ruckus kind of sex that has boys result from that. So, yeah, the majority of babies that I have are going to be boys, but I could definitely, if you threw me out in the fields with a canteen of coffee and just, just going to the wars of the sexual world, I can have a ton of girls.
Wow.
But that's not the case.
First caller.
Yeah, honey, if you really want a girl that bad, I can take the first caller. I can have a girl. So that's where we're at right now. We're in month 3 right now. We just finished the sexual run during ovulation time. Now it's back to beat off the beat off 10 to 15 day little portion of time.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
All fine.
And so it's you just galore. And
screaming and not hiding it.
I'll find out, and I guess about a week or so whether this month non-ovulation sex resulted in a pregnancy.
Right. Okay.
It's tough to do.
And it came so easy the first 2 times around.
Right.
Because as I said, it took 1 month each time.
Right.
And now we're on month 3.
Oh, boy.
And I'm feeling like, wow, all this, first of all, has got to be pretty much bogus, all these theories. All these things that you read on how to have a girl have to be pretty silly, you know?
Well, there's plenty of, people who believe in various things, like I've heard, like month and certain days that you can combine where you can get a girl. And
Well,
it's crazy.
She's read it all. She read a whole book. She read a whole book. She read a whole bunch of things on the internet. She's read it all. She's had our neighbors come over with our neighbor. We have a neighbor that had 4 boys.
Wow.
And then gave it one last try and had a 5th child.
A boy.
And had a girl.
Oh, wow.
So they've been comparing notes, and the neighbor brought over like this spreadsheet and stuff.
Stop it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty wild, though. Think about it. 4 boys. They gave it one last whirl and had a girl.
So it's got to be 50-50, though, isn't it? I mean, it's like 4 coin tosses.
Well, no.
You could get 4 in a row.
Well, they say if you have 2 of the same sex out of the gate, that the likelihood of the 3rd child being that sex is 80%.
Oh, okay. That's different than a flip of the coin.
Yes.
Wow.
So there's still a
Fighting the
20%
odds here.
chance that if we had sex during ovulation time like normal, we would have a girl. But, 20% is not good enough for her right now. Although she keeps saying, but if we have a boy, I'll be just as happy. Then why are we going all through this? Whatever. Who you lying to?
Hey, yo, this is Sean Paul, the girls I'm overall, man. And my favorite song on KUBE 93 right now has to be
Black Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling.
Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up.
Durrell, Ice Cream Paint Job.
Ice cream paint job. Only right here, man. KUBE 93.
New messages.
Hi, Daddy. I'm going to the movies. Don't need any money. I have my Chase debit card. Okay, bye. Hey, Dad. At the mall now. Just letting you know.
Hello, this is an account alert from Chase. A debit card transaction of more than $20 was made from your account.
Hello?
Hey, honey, it's Dad. I just got an alert from Chase, so I went online to check your account and was wondering what you bought at Teen Hottie?
Oh, that. Don't worry, Dad. I saw like 3 girls in the food court wearing what I just bought. So I took it right back. I mean, Teen Hottie is so last week.
Chase will call, email, or text you with everything from daily balances to prompt security alerts for free, whether it's your account or your teenagers. You customize what you'd like to know and how and when to contact you. Chase Banking is now in Washington, and we're here to help. Staying in control matters. Chase what matters. Stop by a branch or visit chase.com/WA today.
No charge from Chase, however, standard text messaging and other rates from your wireless provider apply. Deposit products provided by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Brought to you by the National Association of Realtors, who remind you that home ownership is an investment in your future. If you're in the position to buy, now's the time. Call a Realtor today to take advantage of the $8,000 home buyer tax credit before it expires November 30th. Visit housingmarketfacts.com for more details.
It's back and better than ever. Car Toys 22nd Annual Tent Sale and Expo starts Thursday. Seattle's biggest car audio, navigation, and wireless phone sale ever. Go! 4 days only. Back at South Center Mall in Tukwila. Pioneer, Alpine, JL Audio, Vocal, HD Radio, Kenwood, Rockford, Fosgate. CD MP3 players from $47. Alpine Bluetooth with iPod hookup just $49. Up to half off on JL Audio speakers starting at $85. And Magellan portable navigation from just $79. And don't miss over $1 million of car audio.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players. 32-year-old Andrew Flory is also accused of...
I'm sorry,
Wow, very much out loud.
32, Pace. That's your age, right? You're 32? Are you a 32-year-old man, Pastela? Yes, he is.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players. 32-year-old Andrew...
This story is one we had actually on Friday that we never got to, Terry.
Wait, 3 of his players. We need one more noise.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players.
There you go. They're all covered.
Because they're sick.
3. He didn't play favorites.
No.
The whole front line.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players. 32-year-old Andrew Flory is also accused of meeting up at the movies with one of the 15-year-old girls and kissing her on the mouth.
Easy.
My gosh. Come on, dude.
Meeting her at the little movie theater.
You're 32.
Yeah.
They're 15.
Jeez.
Wow.
Illegal use of the hands.
What is it? Red card, right? Or
Red
something?
card.
A local girls soccer coach.
Hope she wasn't on a red card, Terry.
Whoa. Okay, yellow card, whatever.
Oh, nastier.
Down in the back.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players.
Yeah, not good.
32-year-old Andrew.
How's that? Is that better than a Let's go to the movies with 15-year-old girls and kissing
Meeting them there, yeah. On the mouth, right? Isn't that what they said?
Oh, you didn't pick them up and drop them off at the door?
No.
Okay, we'll meet there because, your parents may have a problem with this. So, just meet me in Lincoln Square.
Yeah, it's just, okay, coincidental. You're here, I'm here, whatever,
Hey, let's sit together.
What are you doing here? Let's sit together.
Oh, you come here too? Cool, let me tongue you.
I always punch a hole in the bottom of the popcorn.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have Raisinets in your mouth? I want some.
Yeah, let me taste him.
32-year-old Andrew Flory is also accused of meeting up at the movies with one of the 15-year-old girls and kissing her on the mouth.
Right.
Authorities say it all went on while he coached Crossfire, a select Seattle area girls soccer team. Detectives say...
Find out something about Crossfire. It's a local area soccer little group there.
Never had more signups than
I know, I bet.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players.
Wow.
32-year-old Andrew Flory is also accused of meeting up at the movies with one of the 15-year-old girls and kissing her on the mouth. Authorities say it all went on while...
I love Katherine Heigl. Come on, let's go.
Jeez, dirty bastard. She's 15. You're naked.
And you're at the
This is a movie. You cut a hole at the bottom of your popcorn bucket.
Yeah. That old trick.
Yes, Terry.
Crossfire.
Show on CNN.
No,
Canceled.
it is actually out of Lake Washington in the Kirkland area.
Oh, it's Eastside Girls.
It is.
My neck of the woods.
Established in 2003, this program offers an intermediate level of soccer that fits between Crossfire Premier and recreational.
Established in 2003, canceled in 2009.
Yeah, I don't know. More signups than ever.
Yeah, 27 teams.
Take your pick. How many? 27 teams?
Yeah,
Oh,
boys
pick of the
and
litter.
girls. Boys and girls.
Yeah. I see.
Big interest in soccer these days, I guess.
Big interest in soccer.
Now I see why.
And
You get to make out with your coach. What a deal.
you think 15-year-old girls want to make out with a 32-year-old coach?
They did.
Well, yeah, okay, fine. But in general, do the 15-year-old girls of today really have...
Well,
I'm going to say no on that.
He's got to be extra handsome.
maybe he
Yeah, if
is.
yeah.
Extra
Brad Pitt or
handsome.
Just have a really good hold over you or something like that. Taught you how to really nail the header there.
I go.
I mean, as far as soccer
Right,
skills,
got you,
that's what I'm talking about there, yeah.
Authorities say it all went on while he coached Crossfire, a select Seattle area girls soccer team.
Yeah, Crossfire.
Detectives say Flory denied sending any sexual text messages and that he suggested someone must have hacked or cloned his cell phone.
Yeah, good one. Because a lot of times when people hack into my cell phone, they then text 15-year-old girls.
Yes.
So he wants you to believe that A, his phone got hacked into.
Or cloned, yeah.
And then B, the people that hacked into it, or cloned, then went on to text his girls that he was coaching.
Yes, his select soccer
Coincidental
girls.
that he knows the people that the perpetrator texted.
Well,
right, the guy who hacked
it
in.
could be that the perpetrator were the girls or the boyfriends of the girls. Or
the parents of the girls. Yeah,
it's becoming a bigger stretch by the second.
But why does he have the girls' numbers in his cell phone?
This is what
the girls' parents' numbers in his cell phone.
Well, if you hacked into it, you can then apply the girls' cell phone numbers after you've hacked.
Well, but the other thing too is I know that. Well, I know that some coaches, like in high school when Darius played, the coaches not only had parents' cell phones, but they also had the students.
Practice
the
has been
players.
practice has been moved to my house.
Yeah, but there's no reason for a male coach to have a 15-year-old girl's cell phone.
I understand that.
It's different having an 18-year-old boy's cell phone.
I understand that, but for whatever reason, they like to have.
Well, he's saying it's an elaborate framing, and I think you better get a good lawyer.
Yeah, but I'm just saying too that.
And you may want to drop the cloning routine.
Yeah, no kidding, and the hacking and all that crap.
Wow.
Found guilty, so there you go. You kissed her on the lips. I think she was there.
We have surveillance video of you at the movie theater tonguing the girl. That video was hacked into.
So somebody cloned me.
Somebody cloned me and sent me to the movies.
That's right. That wasn't really me. That was my clone.
Well, your clone just bought some goobers. Do you approve of that? Oh yes, I love goobers.
It says here to make one to the team, players are required. This is what it says verbatim. To make one to the teams, players are required to try out. This allows the coaches to select from the player pool to develop equally strong
Why
potentials.
are you reading this?
I'm just saying it's a pretty intense little select team, and they don't.
Well, they're not even grammatical, though. It says.
Well, I'm just. You're right. They're not grammatical, but that's what they're.
You claim you're reading it verbatim, and yet I find it hard to believe that.
Am I reading it?
That they didn't catch it. But anyway,
it's
their mistake.
It's a grammatical error that you didn't catch either. To make one to the teams. It's supposed to be of, I think, the word they're looking for there. To make one.
I'm not, but they are. Yes, you're right.
To make one of the teams.
Right.
Instead of two of the teams.
Yes.
Yes, you got to do what now?
They're required to try out.
That's
right.
Well, they're required. So, I mean, and they go, I believe it's as young as 11.
I don't want to know.
Rigorous endurance exercises will be thrown your way. And if you prove worthy, you may make the squad.
Yeah.
Got to prove that you can lie to your parents effectively.
Let's see if you can juggle these balls. All right. Well, there it is. Big scandal on the east side with the 15-year-old girls and a coach being accused of some serious wrongdoing.
Could not resist.
Couldn't take it anymore. There's too many 15-year-old girls running around in front of me to not take to the movies.
Right.
And kiss, by the way. He wants to kiss them really bad. So weird. Like, if you're sexual, don't you want, it just seems weird you want to kiss them.
206.
Starting out slow.
I guess.
206.
I got real respect for him.
Yeah. Don't want to move too quick because I am their coach.
It's only our second date here.
Mom, Dad, we're in love.
206-421-9393. Johnny wants to comment on the soccer coach in a bit of trouble. Yes, Johnny.
I feel for the guy, I mean,
really?
What?
15-year-old.
You feel for the guy?
I want to say I have some common sense, and I don't think I would act on that, but
wait, so are you in a line of work that puts you in the presence of 15-year-old girls too?
No.
Oh, okay. Then
why do you feel?
It's amazing you're able to hold on to this willpower of yours. Then.
No, it's just I've been introduced to some 13-year-old girls, and I've been like, damn.
Oh, my God, listen to him.
You've been introduced to 13-year-old girls where you had to catch yourself and have the little man inside you say, okay, keep it in check.
Yes, mentally, yes.
All right, well, that is the point. It's a little concerning that he had that level of attraction to the 13-year-old girls, but the little man inside him, Terry, it's all about the little man. I told you that for years now. The little man inside him said, hey, this is clearly a line that you don't want to be crossing if you want to stay in good standing with society and be, what they call a free man.
And therefore, he's an idiot. Yeah.
So that's why he's an idiot in your mind, because you kind of felt what he felt, but you knew better than to be crossing any clear lines. I mean, these aren't vague lines that you cross.
Yeah.
Everyone has seen more than their share of sting operations and all. What was that show that we loved?
To Catch a Predator.
To Catch a Predator and Dateline.
Dade County, Florida.
But wouldn't it be more natural?
Dade County, Florida.
Always Dade County, Florida, it seems like.
That's the only reason you know Dade County,
Exactly,
Florida, right?
that's the only reason.
You would never even known Dade County, Florida existed if it weren't for that show.
Always Dade County, Florida for some reason.
I just wanted to help her, man, because I know a lot of guys are bad out there.
Really? Because we have your transcript of your chat with her. It doesn't seem like you want to just help her out.
Well, that show is just crying to be brought back on the air. But
that was the worst part. I felt so bad for
Too
her.
many lawsuits. Anyway, Johnny, anything you want to add?
No, I mean, I have a daughter, and, it's just, I don't even want to think what it's going to be like when she turns that age, but...
Yeah, I don't think you should. All right, well, thank you, Johnny. Kellen, you're on the air. Hello, Kellen.
K-Man, what's going on?
How are you, Kellen?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Keep in mind, but hang on for a second, Kellen. If you have any comments on this situation, like Kellen is about to do, 206-421-9393. I have a couple of minutes for some comments here. And text messaging, of course.
Oh, jeez.
In the realest time fashion.
From your phone only. No cloned
No
phones.
cloned phones.
Yeah, we don't
or
want
numbers.
to hear how someone hacked into your phone and sent a text that didn't belong. That number is 97373. Don't you know? That's 97373. Don't you know? Kellen, what do you want to say?
Man, that's just nasty, dog. Why can't he get somebody in his own age group?
Because he didn't want to.
You always wonder about that. Seriously, though.
He wanted a 15-year-old East Side girl.
Apparently he did. That's funny that you guys were talking about the Catch a Predator, because I was watching that last night, and
are they still on?
It's pretty silly how guys end up on that show, and then once they walk the door, they're like, "Oh, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen."
This is word.
But that's the point. They know it's going to happen. They don't want normal. They don't want girls their own age. That's what they're attracted to. They can't control it. They don't want. It's like somebody being gay saying, "Why doesn't he just go after a girl?" No, he likes men.
Yeah,
that's what they like, and they get caught over and over again because of that.
Yeah, I guess apparently they do. But, yeah, I just wanted to call and say, man, that's nasty. Whoever that guy is, man, I'll be praying for him, man. He needs something.
Okay, Kellen, so when you wind up in court, we'll have it on the record that you once said on the show.
It's okay, Kellen.
It was nasty.
Right.
Back in 2009, Kellen said on the T-Man show that it was nasty. How can you now accuse him of doing what he once said was...
In fact, he was watching To Catch a Predator, and he couldn't understand it.
Right, of course. Tara. Tara, you're on the air.
I just wanted to call and say I have an 8-year-old, and she's pretty cute. Is that too young?
Well,
no, not for some of them.
Are really cute, and it's sickos like the guy who just called in and the coach that freaking think that it's okay to touch.
Well,
and their fathers need to kick their...
I think you're talking about the caller before the last caller, and he said that, at first he notices that the 13-year-old girls are cute, which is a little peculiar in and of itself, but he knows clearly not to touch and where the lines are drawn, all right? So he never said touch. Did he say touch?
No.
No, but
he said he's seen some 13-year-olds that look pretty, and they look old for their age.
He's like, wow, that girl is pretty,
You can tell when a girl's pretty.
He clearly knows that that's off limits.
Doesn't mean it's date night at the movies now.
Don't. Obviously, like, the coach doesn't know that that's off the limits. And
right. I mean, when you show up at the movies, and then you start tonguing her.
Yeah.
You squirting the Drakkar Noir on yourself in the parking lot hoping to get laid. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a guy who's got some issues.
And you're right. Some 8 years old is not too young, which is really scary.
But generally speaking, for the soccer coaches who are the dangerous soccer coaches, I mean, the ones who go after 8-year-old girls are the real dangerous. I mean, they're all pretty dangerous, but those ones are the crazies of the crazies. And for the soccer coaches like this one on the east side, I'm assuming we confirmed it's on the east side.
Kirkland.
You got a couple of years that you can just hold off your worries. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any soccer coach is going to go after your 8-year-old daughter. It's
no,
more...
I'm not saying that, but there are sickos out there that will. And if you have a feeling that you want to touch a 13-year-old or a 15-year-old, and I don't care if 15 is still illegal.
And everyone should know that, obviously. I mean, if anyone claims they don't know that at this point, and this guy isn't even doing that. He's claiming his phone got hacked into, which is just as bad.
Well, this guy's a jackass.
Mm-hmm.
And the father of these kids should actually have a chance with them in the room and just beat the living crap
If I could have 5 minutes alone in a room with you.
Why would it just be the father? Why not the mother as well?
Because mothers can't do any damage with 5 minutes alone in a room.
What if it's a single family parent home?
Slap him really hard to death? Come on.
Well,
Talk his ear off.
Fathers are usually a little bit more protective of
But
their
if they're, I mean, well, you just never know. Yeah, I hear you though.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Tara.
There are two different kinds. Like, guys that like 8-year-olds aren't the ones that like.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to point out. The guys who are going after 8-year-olds are the real demented. And not, again, I'm not trying to sit here and say that this guy doesn't have some bit of demented type situations going on.
He's a little sick and twisted, yes.
The ones who take the 8-year-olds, molest them, and then they kill them and throw them in a river.
Oh, no, I know. I hear you.
This one kisses them, in the bathroom, looks both ways when he leaves, and then hopes to death that no one finds out.
And says, see you at soccer practice tomorrow.
Right. Don't tell anyone, right? I mean, don't even tell any of your girlfriends, because I know they'll swear to secrecy that they want to, but if one person knows, and then,
it's our little secret.
Covering your tracks like an idiot.
I know. God.
Just stupid.
Who needs it?
But apparently this guy needs it. Yeah. That's who needs it. Dude who's claiming his phone got cloned. No, you don't understand.
Some evil.
My phone got cloned. I'm being framed.
Evil scientist in a lab. Someday I'll have this other phone cloned so I can text 15-year-olds.
There's a dude I went to high school with that lived not far from me, actually, a street or two over, that I read in the paper like 5 or 6 years ago was a teacher at a high school and was messing around with like 15-year-old girls.
Really?
And it didn't even shock me. I mean, yeah, because I grew up with the guy. It was weird to read about, but if you would have asked me to make a short list, if you said one person in your high school that you knew pretty well,
Come on, you wouldn't have nailed it.
Has just been accused, he would have been on my short
No,
list.
I have one of those too. I found out we all, I mean, all of our friends and stuff. This one guy, you just kind of there was something about him, and sure enough, he got busted. And
it's not like we voted him most likely to molest 15-year-old girls in high school.
Who won that?
That was I don't remember. But anyway.
But I've always believed people migrate to jobs where they have easy access.
Sure.
Like, I don't think that, priests are having sex with little boys because they have a vow of celibacy. They have that anyway. They become priests because they have easy access.
I don't
not
agree
having
with that.
sex. You think not having sex
I think
makes
you
you
picked
want
a
to
bad
hump little
example.
boys?
No, I think you picked the bad example.
No,
I don't think you migrate to the priest world because you
think
want
you
to
do.
molest boys.
I think you have easy access.
I think the lifestyle is so stringent and so unnatural that over time they start getting these ridiculous urges and start molesting. Priests are not allowed to have sex.
If you went 10 years without sex, you then wouldn't want to hump an 8-year-old.
You would
Right?
you would react in very peculiar ways if you had to go 10 years without sex. You would migrate into something completely different than what you may have been 10 years earlier.
I disagree.
Well, but they also have access. I mean, like you said, it's not just boys, but they do. I mean, they do have altar boys and altar girls. So why would it just be boys if that were the case?
Because you act out in weird. You're trying your best to stay true to
he
the
hasn't had sex in 32 years. He's not going to then hump a 9-year-old.
It's not a normal sexual urge. Because it's not a normal sexual lifestyle. It's an unnatural sexual lifestyle. Nicole, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm calling because of the comment that the gal a minute ago asked about her 8-year-old daughter being attracted to her soccer coach. Okay, any of these freaks that are out there that may or may not touch somebody else's kids, obviously that soccer association doesn't do a background check because my husband actually has coached soccer for like 10 years, and we have a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 9-year-old. And it is like a rigorous background check. You can't just go and coach.
Well, you can do all the background checks in the world, and you may not be able to find a guy like this who's going to all of a sudden, on a whim, start feeling like he wants to go out with some 15-year-old girls. So don't make it like if they did enough background checks, it would have guaranteed the girls and the parents that this wasn't going to happen, all right? All the background checks in the world are not going to provide unbelievable levels of guarantee, all right?
Well, then it means he's never done it before.
Probably, yeah. There's always going to be a first time for everyone. There has to be the first time. Eric, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, hi. I want to comment on the soccer coach. Now, I know they do background checks, but sometimes background checks don't catch everything. I think they need to do psychological tests, and that does find out whether or not...
Look at this picture. What do you see?
A naked 15-year-old. Wrong answer.
What's your name, sir? Madam?
This is Mike.
Mike, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning. Hey, Mike. I mean, T, I was talking to your people about, you're saying you're trying to have a girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last segment. Old news. Yeah.
I know, but I got 5 sisters. The youngest sister, she got 4 boys. The oldest sister got 5 girls. And I was telling him the only one...
hang on. Let's talk about soccer coach. You're on the air. Rob, hello.
Yeah.
What's up, Rob?
It's interesting. Different cultures have different standards. People marry people overseas at 15 or possibly even younger. And in our society, it's. I'm just stating an observation. I'm just giving an observation.
Are you a soccer coach by any chance on the east side whose phone was cloned? No. All right, so you're suggesting that we need to have a more open mind as to maybe making more lax the rules that make it so that a 32-year-old man cannot find himself in the company of a 15-year-old girl in this fashion. When I say in the company, I mean with his tongue down her throat, that kind of thing?
No, I don't want to condone that because I don't want to be found guilty of anything.
Well,
but I'm just stating an observation because I don't want your sidekick there. I heard he was going to make me already.
I welcome all opinions on this program, and it's very bold of you to come on with the one that you're throwing out there. And yeah, Terry was ready to jump down your throat.
Well, because
but
when you do I understand the whole cultural thing, but again, where are we? We are in, America. We're not in some rural European land where they're trading goats for, I mean, it's
this is prime goat material here.
So the reality, are you trying to justify that maybe he's from a culture that's what they do and it makes it okay?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Again, it's stating an observation how different cultures, different standards.
But are you suggesting that we need to take on the rules of other cultures? Is that where you're going with it? Or there has to be a reason you are bringing it to the table here.
No, not me.
Do you think they have it right?
There are people who believe that.
Are you one of them? Say what you want to say. Do you think they have it right and we don't? Yes or no?
No,
You think we have it right?
I agree with Terry that America is certainly progressed beyond. I don't know, T-Man. I don't know.
Okay, he just wants to end the call that he made.
He's like, never mind. Forget my comment.
I knew I shouldn't have dialed. Damn it. Now my wife's on the other line. Honey? No, I heard that call too. That guy was crazy. That wasn't me.
Jeez.
Okay. Well, there you go. We'll have to follow the progress of the case against this soccer coach. If there is one that is ultimately going to be made to bring him to some kind of justice, I guess, or maybe the authorities are going to be like, okay, perfectly understandable. Your phone was cloned and hacked into, and you couldn't do nothing about it. We'll have to see what happens here.
Something tells me he's not going to walk on this one.
No.
Well, we'll keep you posted is what I'm trying to let you in on, because I'm interested to see what happens here.
I need to find a picture. His mugshot.
Oh, geez.
Terry's interested, yeah.
No.
I can dress up like a 15-year-old girl for you,
Would you
big boy.
stop?
What's good? This your boy Flo Rida, and my favorite song on KUBE 93 right now have to be Kid Cudi.
I make it say, yeah. When I Drake, best I ever had, best I ever had, best I ever had. Pull up, I told you I got you,
Miss Carrie, baby.
Miss Carrie, baby.
Yeah, we're trying to get that close to me. Better keep away how you approaching me. Down demons, give it to me. I gotta be feeling your energy. I gotta be for sure that you're into me.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Recognize a real woman.
Carrie Hilson's all over, baby.
I know.
Just a knock me down trick.
Texas.
No.
Texas text messages rolling all morning long, as you know, Terry. At 97373, don't you know? That's 97373. I don't, you know. And a lot of texters want to comment on the last story we talked about just a moment or two ago. At 7:27 and 5 seconds, somebody writes, I can understand if he didn't know their age, but seeing he's the soccer coach... Actually, let me finish the whole thought here. I understand if you didn't know their age, because girls these days look 18 when they're 13. But he was the soccer coach, and therefore, no excuse. Signed, Lindsay.
Right, he wasn't dancing with them at a club. He knows he coaches the 15-year-old
These
select
aren't girls
team,
that had ID and got into a club.
Yeah, right.
He coaches the 15-year-old team. He knows.
The sign-ups say 14 and 15-year-old girls.
Right.
He's the coach.
Yeah, he didn't just stumble across them at the mall while they were shopping or whatever.
It's still a little iffy. Right. Clearly, Lindsay's stating the obvious here.
Right.
Let's see. 7:24 and 30 seconds. Somebody writes, 15 is bad, don't get me wrong. But in Washington, the legal age is 16, and that's only a year off. Well, I don't think that's technically correct. I think the age of consent is 16 in Washington State, but that doesn't mean a 32-year-old guy can start tonguing 16-year-old girls at a movie theater.
No, it's a 3-year window.
Right. I mean, you have to be 18 if you're going to be 32 to see a girl of legal age.
Right.
Yes, technically, the legal age of consent is 16 in Washington State, meaning that a 17-year-old dude can have sex with a 16-year-old girl that agrees.
Right.
Right.
But you can't be in your 30s and be like, well, it's legal in my state. Cool.
You like butter on your popcorn or no? What do you like? Awkward.
So that's not correct.
Right. They're not going to throw a senior in high school in jail for having sex with a sophomore in high school.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got here. At 7:24 and 24 seconds, somebody writes, the soccer coach is the reason you should count your blessings that you only have boys, T-Man. Well, and yet we're trying so desperately hard over the past few months.
Yeah, little boys can be molested too.
To have... Can be what?
Molested too.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a million things to worry about when it comes to kids.
Know.
You know,
Right.
This is just one
Absolutely.
less
But
thing.
the texter was saying...
These skeezer soccer coaches that are like, meet me at the movies if you want to get extra time in the game on Friday.
A nightmare.
Because you're really not that good, but I could make time for you to play more if...
How do these parents not kill people like that?
Oh,
It's shocking they don't go to jail for that.
Oh, my goodness.
At 7:24 and 20 seconds, dude. Somebody writes, totally wrong, but what about the parents that have no problem with letting their 14-year-old or younger wear a two-piece bathing suit? WTF, signed Adam.
Oh, Adam.
Well, I mean, you know.
Is he suggesting that they're asking for it?
I don't know what he's suggesting, that they need to be in a one-piece.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Keep them away from the pools altogether.
Wow.
Under 14-year-old girls should not be allowed in a public pool. How dare you want to swim in 95-degree temperatures?
Right. Look like a normal woman instead of a one-piece on. Sorry.
If you see a 14-year-old girl with a two-piece on, you should be like, okay, maybe that parent should have put that girl in a one-piece, but that doesn't give me the right to have a half tank right now.
It's not open season on girls in two-piece.
Or seeing that I have a half tank, I
Right.
still have to keep my wits about me here.
That's
All
right. Listen to the little man.
Okay, you want to go to the movies or not?
The movies. I love that. It's a
The movies. 32-year-olds.
That's great.
And if you're not familiar with what we're talking about because you just woke up or whatever, and this, as I said, Terry, this is a story that really surfaced last week, but we're finally getting around to it right now. Here it is.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players. 32-year-old Andrew Flory is also accused of meeting up at the movies with one of the 15-year-old girls and kissing her on the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bigger part of the story. You almost tax that in as the afterthought.
Right.
The texts, I guess, are the harder core proof that they have. They have the text, which is why I guess he's leading with that in the story.
Sure.
But as far as weighing it on the scale of wrongdoings, the meeting at the movies and kissing on the mouth certainly trumps the text messages. I don't care what he wrote in text messages.
I would
you know?
agree with that.
A local girls soccer coach is accused of sending sexual text messages to 3 of his players. 32-year-old Andrew Flory is also accused of meeting up at the movies with one of the 15-year-old girls and kissing her on the mouth.
You're right.
Authorities say it all went on while he coached Crossfire, a select Seattle area girls soccer team. Detectives say Flory denied sending any sexual text messages and that he suggested someone must have hacked or cloned his cell phone.
Of course. Now, we have a little bit of reaction from some longtime neighbors, you know, in that residents of that neighborhood.
Okay. Wow.
You want to hear? Yeah, we're very on the case. We have our T-Man roving reporters out on the scene as we speak, and we've already gotten this bit of audio into the T-Man studios. Ready to hear this, Terry?
I am.
Here's a little reaction tape.
This obviously is affecting emotionally.
I am emotionally.
Talk to me a little. What?
Well, I grew up here. I live here. And I used to play football here. And I can't believe anybody's going to close this damn thing down.
Oh, jeez. Well, I don't know what he's talking about.
Calm down. That guy's
Take
still
it
out there.
easy.
Holy crap.
Guy's still out there very emotional.
Oh, man.
Let's see what else we got here. 7:22 and 22 seconds, dude. Somebody writes, the way some of these young girls are dressing like hoochies, they're asking for it.
Oh, God.
Yes.
You're asking for it. Do you want to go to the movies or not?
Wow.
They're asking to be taken to the movies and kissed on the mouth.
Right.
Someone do that with me. Man, maybe I need to dress more like a hoochie.
Yeah, what do you have to wear to have that happen?
I love someone to treat me to a movie and a little tongue. Come on.
People say Hotshot's asking for it. You know, he's asking for it.
He is. Look at that hoochie
What I
gear
gotta
he's
wear?
got on
Let me
today.
7:21, 31 seconds, dude. Somebody writes, that's gross of the soccer coach, but why would a 15-year-old girl go to the movies and meet him in the first place? Well, that's the whole point of statutory rape. She's supposedly not supposed supposed to be old enough to be able to make those reasonable decisions. That's why you protect the young. All right, Texter, aren't you getting this or not?
Apparently not.
Oh, man. Well, she's asking for it.
Right. That's so stupid.
7:20 and 48 seconds. Somebody writes, who doesn't look at 15-year-old girls? Most of them are the bomb. Still saying the bomb?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, texters who like 15-year-old girls are still using mid-90s terminology. Oh, geez. 7:20 and 25 seconds, Deuce. Texter writes a very strong bit of advice, a little tip for the soccer coach if he's listening. He's probably got bigger fish to fry, like his own ass. Right now, talking with legal counsel, but the texter writes the following. Why couldn't the soccer coach just date a short 18-year-old that is not that developed yet?
What?
He could trick himself into thinking he's with a 15-year-old girl if that's what he really likes, and just date an 18-year-old girl who has a shaven beast and just kind of like still in a training bra. Terry.
Well, but there are plenty of 14, 15-year-olds who are very well developed that look like 18.
You're missing the point.
I don't
understand.
know if you're really catching on to
Doesn't
his
sound like it, no.
little bit of advice here.
Which would be unusual.
Okay.
If you have to date 15-year-olds and you can't help yourself, the texter's saying, why don't you trick yourself into thinking you're going to the movies with a 15-year-old, but it's really an 18-year-old. Oh, you got it all the time, right, Terry?
No, I'm just listening to you and taking it all in.
Okay.
And following the bouncing ball because that's how.
I think the text was really intended to be funny more than anything else, and it actually made me giggle. So nice job, texter.
I thought it was a nice text as well. Pretty funny. Good idea.
And the text roll in at 97373, don't you know? That's 97373. But, of course, in the next segment, get ready. Especially if you're driving down I-5 headed to work and the car next to you is pointing to one of your tires.
Oh, not good.
You know that feeling?
Hate it. Pointing to anything on my car, I hate.
I used to certainly have more than my share of cars where I couldn't drive down any major thoroughfare without someone pointing to one of my tires. Again, really? Is that what you're telling me?
Your car's smoking! Oh, jeez.
Well, we can take that car. We can give it to Barack Obama and turn it into an Escalade because that's what it's all about these days, turning clunkers into cash and Escalades. And that's what we're about to do in the next segment. Someone is going to qualify. Stuffed up again?
Oh, I'm brutal.
Someone's going to qualify for the upgrade to an Escalade in the next segment. Get ready for that.
You're rocking that Cadillac. You're rocking that Cadillac. Q93.com. Bitch, you're rocking that Cadillac.
Q93 is helping you upgrade to an Escalade.
There's nothing left to say. You're rocking that Cadillac.
The next chance to win is 810 with the T-Man.
Powered by Taco Bell. Cube 93.
When you're shopping for anything, be it a Bugs Out.
Oh, yeah. You're on the air. Who's this?
This is Mihaela.
I'm sorry?
This is Mihaela.
Mihaela?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I just woke up.
You just woke up?
Yep.
Well, that makes two of us, kind of, I guess. Well, what can I do for you?
I was wondering what color was I?
Well, what color are you trying to be here?
93.
Oh, jeez. Well, you're not 93.
Oh, I'm not?
No.
Okay, well.
I guess you can hang up if that's what you were seeking out, to be caller 93, and I just told you you're not. The next move is yours.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
You hang up first. You still there? Sounds like you're still there.
I hear breathing.
Mihaela?
Me hear you.
All right, bye. You're on the air. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
What's going on?
Not much, man.
Hey.
Just chilling outside of work.
I didn't really ask. I guess I did. Chilling outside of work?
Yep.
And who's this?
This is Brad.
And what can I do for you, Brad, chilling outside of work?
Well, I would love to be guaranteed some Taco Bell and possibly win an Escalade.
An interesting way to phrase what you're after here. That's as good as any I've heard.
Absolutely.
Kind of what we're offering, I think.
You sure you wouldn't rather be calling 93? Because that can pretty much guarantee you're not.
No, man, that was pretty cold what you did to her, man.
Well, I mean, she wanted to be calling 93. She put it simply, and she's not. And, she could have easily said, well, what can we do here? And I could have then told her, well, I can try to qualify you, but she didn't go for that.
True.
I'm just trying to be appeasing to the listeners.
No, I've been listening for a couple of weeks, and,
You got the learning curve down.
Very good.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. What do you do, Brad? What kind of work are you standing outside of?
Well, actually, I'm interning right now.
Interning. How old are you?
22.
Oh, okay. 22, you could still be an intern and get away with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Professional student and all.
And what are you hoping to parlay this internship into there, Bradley?
I suppose being an accident investigator.
An accident investigator for who?
Well, any company that'll hire me, but airline.
Airline.
Oh, wow.
You want to investigate airplane crashes?
Unfortunately, if they do occur.
Because unless your name is Black Box, I don't think there's much of an opening for you.
True.
Not much to investigate. This seems like a pretty easy line of work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Looked like something went wrong here there, Bob. Not exactly CSI to go to a
Looks like it came on down.
field in Iowa and investigate the big crash there,
I don't know, man. What do you think about Air France, then?
Air France, was there much that came out of the investigation with Air France?
Nope.
Okay, then what kind of example are you giving me here? I thought
They're still looking for it, man. 20 years, they'll turn up.
they're still looking for it. Well, obviously they're not getting. So you're thinking if you're on the job, you would have found it by now.
Well, a long time ago, yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's why I'm glad you're interning.
He's walking the beach with a metal detector. Oh, I found it. Oh, it was a quarter.
Well, what are you driving right now, Brad?
I got a 98 Acura.
A 98 Acura. At one time, I'm sure that was a very good car for you, huh?
It's still my baby.
Well, you're
Not for
22,
him,
so
yeah.
So for someone who had it before you, have you had it maybe since 16, 17 years old, or what?
Actually, pretty much stole it from my sister, but yeah.
Yes, it was your sister's car.
She had a cool car.
Oh, and the younger brother gets the older sister's car. What a nice time of your life that is, huh?
I got to pull the Jonas Brothers license plate off.
I remember when my parents told me I had to take the Toyota Celica from my sister's back in the day.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I'll find my own car in the newspaper. Thanks a lot. Here's one for $75. I'm in.
License plate says Jewel Ski on it. Tough to get chicks with that, huh?
So you got the sister's hand-me-down car, huh? Well, if there's a guy out there who deserves to win the upgrade to a brand new Escalade, it's the guy who had to tolerate the hand-me-down car from his older sister.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
There you go.
Yeah, at least I didn't accept the clothes.
The smells of her boyfriend's schlong on the.
Oh, really? Is that necessary?
Well, I think it is, Terry. Describing what he's put up with. Yes, I absolutely think it's necessary. I could have gotten a lot more graphic than that. Brad, I'm happy to tell you that not only have you qualified for the upgrade to that Escalade, if there's any righteousness in this world, you should win. But you've already guaranteed yourself lunch at Taco Bell.
All right.
You're going to take your sister and thank her for the gift of the vehicle that you've been able to drive? Or no?
Oh, no, screw that. Screw that. She raped me with the price.
She
ripped you off with the price?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you say she raped?
Yeah.
You only wish. Anyway. And we ain't talking about price.
I think we all did.
Brad, you could take the Taco Bell whoever you want. You've won yourself a free lunch. And maybe at the end of this all, you get a brand new vehicle. Wouldn't that be nice?
Of course.
Okay, Brad. And you make sure that you become a top-notch airplane crash investigator.
All right.
All right?
Can do.
Hopefully you're never looking over some of my ruins in the future, okay?
Yeah,
no kidding.
Exactly.
All right. I don't want to ever come across you that way. All right. Thanks, Brad.
All right. Have
Take
a good
care.
one.
There he goes. Wants to be an airline crash investigator.
Yeah, interesting.
It doesn't seem like steady work to me.
That's what I'm wondering. What kind of work it is, even when it's in season.
Right.
When it's in season.
It's not steady work, but let's say they actually do have a season, or not. When there's actually a crash to investigate, what is there that's discovered?
Who knows?
Huh. All right.
You ready to report?
Just as I thought.
Bad.
Something went wrong here.
Jeez.
They actually have people that
to
are
investigate
specifically designated to go out and investigate airline crashes?
Yes.
Sounds like
they
it.
don't do other things. And when there's a crash, then they go out and investigate airline crashes? That is their primary job.
I guess so, yeah.
Wow.
It seems to be.
And where do you intern for that? Plane crashes are us. Now hiring.
With Jeffrey Dollars. Okay. Terry, what else is going on in the world on this wacky Monday morning, please?
An update for you on the pitchman Billy Mays and his...
Billy Mays!
Yeah.
Still the commercials, almost in a tasteless fashion. They haven't even taken a little pause.
No, I noticed that. I saw.
To show a little respect for the dead. They don't even have like a window of time where they give them a timeout just to show a little respect for the great pitchman that was Billy Mays. Nope, they can't miss out on selling a clunker of a vacuum cleaner. No, he's got to keep the infomercials and the little pitch commercials going.
Right. Well, according to a coroner's report, it looks as though he had cocaine in his system.
And the family is outraged.
Yeah, not
saying
happy
that he
with
was not a coke user.
Right.
Like, they would know.
They had no idea.
Right.
They said, quote, "We were totally unaware of any non-prescription drug usage and are actively considering an independent evaluation of the autopsy results."
Can't stay that hyped up naturally. Come on. Right. Billy Mays here!
Oh, geez.
Again? Hey, don't you ever calm down?
I haven't slept in 3 weeks.
Here to tell you.
Man, he get a lot done. You don't mind a heart attack at 59. Whatever he was, 50.
He was going to have, he was scheduled to undergo his 3rd hip surgery in 18 months.
His wife went on record as saying that if he was doing cocaine, she would have known about it. Whatever. Wife, the last to know.
Especially my wife.
Should be, by the way. Mind your own freaking business.
He definitely
I got
had
plenty of guys' wives who are Curious George, and they're all up in their husband's business.
Well...
There's plenty of wives like that, though.
Yes, even though I just said that the wife's the last to know and she should mind her own business, you can certainly make a clear case that it is the wife's business if her husband is doing coke, especially if they have kids together.
Yeah.
All right? Now, your wife is a very, very accommodating wife, and that's lovely.
She is.
And that's lovely, and your relationship works very, very good for one another.
Is that right?
No.
But, and you resent your friends' wives who get all of their business, huh?
Why?
Where are you guys going? Why'd you guys go outside? What are you guys doing? Shut it. Mind your business.
Shut it.
Control your wife, dude.
Control your wife?
Tell her to relax. Yes.
Wow.
Can't stand it.
As I said, there are two clear cases. There are two great arguments that could be made here. Hotshot is certainly on the side. I don't think there's any wavering on his part that he feels that a wife's place in those situations is to mind her own drug business.
Right.
Or just business at all. Maybe we're not doing anything wrong.
And
We probably are.
I'm straddling.
Yeah, when you gotta hide it.
I'm straddling the fence here, saying that it is certainly a wife's business.
Absolutely.
Terry seems to be completely on the other side, not on the fence. That a wife is certainly in her own right,
she's
deserving
entitled
of
to
knowing
at least know what's going on.
what her husband is ingesting in his system.
Right,
See, my
absolutely.
wife doesn't give me that routine, so when I'm around it, I can't stand it. I don't get the 3rd degree every time I leave the house.
And you feel that your friends whose wives do that need to get their testicles back.
Yes,
and
I do.
They need to get their wives in line.
I
and
do.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes, all those things.
Well, but could you also say that that's because your wife knows what you already do, so she doesn't
turns a blind eye.
She just
turns the other
says,
cheek.
"Yeah, I know."
Looks in the other direction.
She doesn't want to know.
Billy Mays' wife did the same thing.
Well, he also was taking all kinds of prescription drugs and
Loser.
Vicodin, oxycodone, Xanax, Valium,
That was all in the system.
and an anti-anxiety medication called temazepam.
That all came out from the autopsy, or no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All that was in a system.
Found traces of all that.
They found traces of cocaine and Oxycontin and
Oxycodone, Vicodin, Xanax,
Wow.
Valium.
My kind of guy.
All right, turn the camera on. Billy Mays here!
Oh, jeez.
Don't forget, wave your arms, crazy, wild.
Buy this crap, all right? Having a tough day.
Hey, you need the Xanax and all that crap to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hyped up, man.
He suffered from, quote, chronic untreated hypertension.
That actually, believe it or not, surprises me. He seemed like one of those rare types that just had that natural energy.
Wow.
And when I heard this, story come out. I think it was on Friday I heard this for the first time, that Billy Mays had cocaine in his system, and that was the headline. They didn't talk about all the other drugs. That's why I didn't know about that part.
Right.
I knew about the cocaine bit of the autopsy when you just started your story there, because I had heard that. That was like the headline part of the story. And it surprised me because I actually thought that was the special part of Billy Mays, was that he had this natural energy. But
well, now we know, right?
Call me stupid. No one has that kind of natural energy. It's brought on by artificial enhancers.
Yeah, but when you hear about a 50-year-old guy having a heart attack, the first response, in your head
50-year-old guys have heart attacks.
With that kind of energy?
If a 30-year-old guy has a heart attack, when Len Bias back in the day, the basketball player,
22 or something.
They first said he had a heart attack. They had no idea he had coke in his system when that story first broke. I was in high school at the time.
Celebrated the NBA draft night.
And I was like, you know what? 18-year-olds aren't having, or 22-year-olds aren't having heart attacks.
Right.
That has to be, but a 50-year-old can.
That's pretty young to have
You can
a heart
make a case that a 50-year-old has a heart attack.
You can make a case, yeah, but you should.
Make a good case, but.
He died in his sleep, so.
Man.
50, yep.
All right. So the family, though, is saying that it was a tainted autopsy. That someone, why would you be inspired to ruin the great legacy of Billy Mays? You'd be more inspired to say that the autopsy was bullcrap, because they probably want the commercials to continue on. They probably still get royalties, the family does, from all the Billy Mays commercials that you see.
Right.
And if the word gets out that he's on coke, a lot of these sponsors may drop him.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they'll get royalties from him.
But also, too, there's still, they are.
Whole legacy.
They are looking for a new pitchman anyway. I mean, you can't have him.
They ain't going to find one as solid as Billy Mays was.
No, I agree.
But now we know that it was not as authentic as maybe it seemed. It's a shame.
Yeah. Very sad, but yeah.
It's not a shocker to me.
It was.
Crazy. It was kind of a shocker to me. What else? What else is happening?
National Enquirer is claiming that a source close to Lindsay Lohan says that she is losing her hair. She's
complete pile now.
Yeah. I'm almost like feeling bad for her. Like I just
lost all her job, all her work, all her job offers, and now, just to add insult to injury, her hair.
Yeah.
That's got to be the last just demeaning and embarrassing straw, huh?
Well,
the patches of hair when a woman loses her hair. Oh, it's just so sad.
Nothing sadder.
Patches of scalp just showing. She is now officially like Danny Bonaducci's. How do you pronounce the name? Danny Bonaducci's sister.
Oh wow, good God.
Washed up hack, looks like him.
The redhead.
The female version
star
of Danny Bonaducci. Gonna wind up being an in and out of rehab addict.
It's a train wreck now.
Well, supposedly Samantha convinced her to go to counseling, called her family together. They did an intervention and.
On what? Just everything?
On just
Chemicals?
everything. Her
Hair,
whole
hair
life.
falling out?
Yeah, she is just a mess. Straight up mess.
Dumpy!
What's cracking, brother?
How are you, man?
Just hanging out. Don't
worry about it.
Pretty relaxing weekend. I get down water.
What did you tell me about Dump Truck Guy? He had to put one of his dogs to sleep?
Yeah.
Really?
That's wonderful.
What happened there?
He got sick. He got that freaking parvo disease. Evidently, it's strong because of all the hot weather, like intensifies it or something. So
you've not had a great year, Dumpy.
No.
I hear that.
It's just adding on to little annoyances in Dumpy's life, and then some. Dumpy had to put his dog to sleep over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
And
it just happened to be my youngest one.
Your youngest one?
Oh yeah.
How old?
Whatever. He was a year and 4 months.
Just a year and 4 months?
He was a baby.
Yep.
And what happened?
He just, I don't know, he got that parvo disease. He was fine, and then he started acting like he didn't want to do nothing, and then 2 days later, done.
Oh.
He wasn't moving, puking everywhere, so I took him to the vet, and just pay us $400, and we'll take care of it.
And the vet said there were no other options for a 1.5-year-old dog?
You can like get him, make him better, but it's between $1,000 to $4,000, and it's like right on it.
I see. Wow. So $400 to put him to sleep, or $4,000 to try to save his life.
See ya, doggy.
There's not.
Man's got to eat.
On that, so.
I see.
Whatever. It has to get better sometime here.
Yeah, it'll get better.
Okay.
Whatever. But yeah, I just want to tell everybody have a great dump truck guy a week.
That's it? All right, Tuppy's out.
Yeah.
How are things going with the new old lady? Oh, he put her to sleep too? Okay, hang on.
From my understanding, they're doing fine.
They're doing good?
Yeah, she's even said that they're doing stronger than ever.
Stronger than ever?
Yep.
They've only been going out a few months.
Well, 6 or 7 or something like that, right?
All right.
But they're doing good.
Stronger than ever. We realize now the first few months sucked. Now we're finally good.
Well, going through as much as they've been going through, or Dumpy himself, that's, for some women, that's kind of tough to take and handle and... Yeah.
So the vet says $4,000 for me to fix this dog up.
Oh, between 1 and 4,000, he said, which seems like a big window.
Or $400. I'm gonna just call it off right here.
Yeah, cut your losses.
I guess I gotta go for B.
It's a pretty young dog to be putting down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's no way.
It was like 10 or 12 or something.
Couldn't have had a doggy drive or something like that.
Well, antibiotics can't bring doggy drive.
Yeah. Raise a couple of quick flash cash moments. Save the dog? I don't know. All right.
Well, you haven't worked in 8 months, you know. You need your money.
Pretty sad story, yeah.
That little Chico Pit, Mr. 305, and my favorite song on KUBE 93 right now has to be
Hotel Room Service.
Flow Rider and Neo, Be On You.
I wanna be on you. I wanna be on you. Fill another cup up, feeling on your butt, but you don't even care now. I was unaware how fine you was before my bus set in. Blame it on the blues, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. Blame it on the blue tap, got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the T-Pain. Girl, I know you feel good, just like you look. Couple more shots, you open up like a book. I ain't tripping, cause I'ma read ya. Shout it, I ain't tripping, I just wanna please ya. I'ma take a shot of the nouveau. Shout it, didn't you know what's going down? We can go and kick it like judo. You know what I mean? Shout it, got drunk, thought it all was a dream, so I made her say Now she got a hand on my legs, got my seats all wet in my ride. All over my ride. She looked me dead in the eye. Then my pants got bigger. She already knew what to figure. Had her looking at her boyfriend like blame it on the jewels, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. Blame it on the blue tap, got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the now to the bombers popping bottles with the Henny in their cups, screaming money ain't a thing if it ain't throw it up in the sky. And hold your drinks up high. Now to my independent bombers who can buy their own bottles, if you're looking like a model, when them broke fellas holler, tell them bye. Hold your drinks up high. You can blame it on the blues, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. Blame it on the blue tap. Got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it
Still
Oh,
gray out. We're going to crack 65 degrees today. Is that too much to ask to get over? So, actually, yesterday was a pretty nice day. But, I mean, has Al Gore even made a statement or a comment on how we went from 100-degree temperatures to 60 degrees in the next few days?
I know.
Is that what the summer of 2009 is going to turn out to be, like the microwave summer, where we had one compact week of summer-like feelings and then some, and then the rest of it we're fighting to get over 70 every day?
Yes.
During that heat, we were all living inside that little Hot Pocket container. It makes it like hotter for some reason, you know, that little silver thing.
Everybody's all upset because it was so hot.
The microwave summer of 2009, we had 1 week of scalding temperatures, and the rest of the summer we're fighting to get over 70 every day.
I know.
You think when it was 100, it's at least going to be like 85 the rest of the time.
You would like it to be right.
Well, that's what climate change is all about. The extremities, the extreme situations of our climate and our temperatures and our weather situations.
Like September 15th, it'll be like 95. All the kids are back in school dying.
I can circle that. on your calendar.
Sweating in their new school clothes.
I know.
What else is going on out there, Terrence?
Well, we just played Blame It on the Alcohol. So
I recall.
Speaking of that,
all right.
According to new figures out, the number of women arrested for drunk driving is up 29%.
From when? From yesterday?
1998.
In the past 10 years.
Yeah, in the past 10 years.
You freaking lushes out there. Can't get yourselves home.
I guess not.
One piece. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or at least let us drive you home, and then you definitely won't be in one piece after we're done with you.
Wow. Okay.
Nothing funnier than seeing a woman pulled over on the side of the road with a cop making her do the sobriety test and see her giggling through that all, then have the cuff slapped on her and watch the giggles turn to outright sobs in a matter of seconds.
Not so funny anymore when you're got the cuffs on in the back of the car, heading down to the station, begging for your life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
That is funny.
So they're all getting DUIs, right?
Looking that way. Yep.
See that? That's because women these days are less likely to get BJs to cops on the side of the road. You wanted to be independent women. Well, enjoy your DUIs.
Beyonce's ruined it for everybody.
You could have gotten off easy if you'd have just given them a complimentary Hummer, but no. You think it's a coincidence that women want to be so extra independent these days and the amount of DUIs are ramping up like crazy? Of course not. Get off the hook.
I don't do that. Well, back of the car, please.
Well, most girls did it in, 95, but I guess you're going to be in the back of the squad car here, honey.
They're a good officer. They won't do that anyway.
Okay, I'll do it. Too late.
Now you got to do me. I'm my friend. If you wait any longer, it could be a third.
Really?
So it's either that, Terry, or women just cannot stop drinking. Women are drinking like fish at the clubs to bring out their personality.
Oh, jeez.
And then they assumed that some guy was going to take them home, but, they were just too cross-eyed to even be remotely attractive to guys by the end of the night because they had drank so much. Take your own ass home.
Oh, jeez.
But that means I'd have to drive. You wouldn't want me to die, would you? I don't really care.
Wow. Gosh, and you men are such prizes. Too.
We never claim we're prizes, Terry. God. But the amount of men that get caught drunk driving will never go up any higher because it's already reached historic heights. Once you hit the ceiling, there's no place to go.
It has gone down, they say.
With the amount, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't share that little
I was
part of the story.
Ready to.
I don't think you were going to.
On your whole diatribe about what luscious women are.
Well, how do you explain it? That's the best case scenario, is that you're all just a bunch of luscious. The other scenario I painted is even worse. But I think you were trying to bury the happy and positive and inspiring statistic that the amount of male it is inspiring that the amount of men driving drunk is down. That's a great little story. But you were trying to sweep it under your shag carpet there.
Wow. Really, shag?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
If you would have swept it under the carpet, you wouldn't have gotten in all this trouble, honey.
Oh,
it's true.
The amount of men getting DUIs is down over the past 10 years.
Yes.
Let's all, in the male population right now as we speak, give ourselves a round of applause. While simultaneously, you women, hang your heads in just a group.
Hang yourselves, yeah.
Nice.
That was not that was a Freudian slip.
Jeez.
Hang your heads in just immense levels of shame and just embarrassment. It's not even just up a mild bit of a percentage. No. It's up, what would you say, 27%?
29.
29%?
Yeah.
That's a huge jump.
Easy, okay.
That's ridiculous. The amount of women getting DUIs in the past 10 years is up 29%.
But you know what's interesting? You say that, give you men a round of applause because your DUIs have dropped, but it doesn't say from what it dropped from.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was...
Well, whatever it is, it's dropping. It's on the decline.
There you go.
And at this pace, all you women are going to be Amy Winehouse in 5 years.
Oh, boy.
Lindsay Lohan and Amy Winehouse.
That's right. Up 29%. That is staggering. That's a staggering statistic. What the hell's wrong with you ladies? What's wrong with you ladies? Answer me!
Terry?
I don't drink and drive. I haven't.
You're playing a man's game, and obviously you can't handle it.
Obviously we can't. I don't know.
All right, this drinking thing, maybe you women should realize is a man's game.
Oh, really?
And you women can't handle it, which is why the statistic just soared to roaring heights.
Okay.
Just roared upwards. 29%.
I can drive. Is this my car?
You are such a good one.
Oh, no, I'm fine, honey. Don't worry about me. Yeah, we should have gotten late tonight, but guys weren't interested.
Yeah.
Come on,
Again.
girls.
Back over to the hot dog stand. There's one wiener I can have at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Coincidentally, in Belltown, you see more women at the hot dog stand at 2 in the morning than ever before. It's up 29%.
Cream cheese and onions, please.
Cream cheese on your hot dog never sounded better.
Oh, so good at the end of the night.
That is nasty.
Nasty. It's the greatest thing ever.
All right, what do you women want to say for yourselves? I'm opening the phone lines right now to women and women only. Either accept what's happened here and be willing to say, yes, we need to do a better job. We are collectively hanging our heads in the shame that you are looking for, T-Man, because there's no excuse for this. Or you can come on and try to defend yourselves, whichever you choose. I don't care. But this is a very, very eye-opening statistic.
Definitely. Ladies, calm down out there for
only
sure.
eye-opening that's going on with you women, Terry. Because you're driving with your drunk eyes shut, apparently. The police out there actually saving some lives. You lushes ready to take out a family at 2 in the morning going out for a nice Sunday drive.
Wow.
Yes, families love Sunday drives at 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
They love it.
Hey, I'm trying to make a point.
Yeah,
I don't need you to point out. Kelsey, you're on the air. 206-421-9393 is the number to call. 206-421-9393. Embarrassing to the ladies. Now I want to hear from you. Yes, Kelsey.
Hi. My best friend just got pulled over for a DUI, and he used to drive around drunk almost every night.
Oh, so it's a guy. Okay, so.
Yeah, it's a guy.
All right.
And he's just used to doing it, and you know what? He still does it like every single day.
And your point. And your point is?
I've never driven around drunk, and
We're not sitting here pretending that there aren't a ton of guys that still drive around drunk. We get it. But, hey, at least it's on the downslope while the women's number has ramped up. I mean, we're passing you guys on the elevator shaft here.
Oh, jeez.
All right? We're waving to you guys going, what the hell are you ladies doing? Can you put your drink down for half a second?
I think it's just that men are more used to doing it, and so they're better at it.
They're better at it?
Driving drunk.
And the cops are not detecting that they're drunk. Is that what it is? That we're evolving? Sure. The men are not drinking any less and driving any less. They're just evolving as better drunk drivers, and they're not getting caught swerving in and out of lanes and stuff like that.
Yes.
Hey, there is something to evolution, Terry. Evolution comes in all shapes and sizes, and maybe there's something to her theory that men have been drinking and driving long enough that we're evolving as better drunk drivers. I'm not so sure you're onto something there, Kelsey, but at least I'm giving you some benefit of the doubt. Angelina, you're on the air. Hello.
Hi, T-Man.
Hi, Angelina.
I just want to say about the soccer coach. I just think parents need to
I'm not talking about the soccer coach right now. All right?
Gotcha. Chicks drinking more than ever right now.
Yeah.
I got women on the ropes here. I think I'm letting them off the hook.
Bunch of lushes out there.
No, I want to change the subject to that soccer coach you were talking about last hour. You should have called last hour.
We'll get you his number. Relax.
Christine, you're on the air.
Hi, I was just calling to say that I think that women are taking our independence level to a whole nother level of just being drunk whorebags.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, drunk whorebags. Nice.
Well, you know,
we're such a mean gender to one another. We're terrible.
Well, this is one case where it's certainly she's embarrassed for
well, I'm embarrassed as well,
Terry.
but
I've actually never heard of a whorebag.
And you know what? There's something to be said about exactly what her accusation is. Women have gotten so ridiculously filled with this independence spree that you're on that you are acting like a bunch of whorebags in the clubs and then getting in cars and driving your desperate asses home.
229 shot.
That was really
so believe me, don't think we're not loving every second of it.
Nice and slow on that one.
We don't want this to stop. Don't get me wrong. We'll take our chances of being run over by a drunk driver if you girls are going to hang out like a bunch of whorebags.
Wow. Jeez.
I'll take the trade-off. And you know what? Maybe one of my family members or myself will get killed by a drunk driver that's a female, and I'll run the risk. I like there being a bunch of whore bags out there in the clubs getting all drunk and not knowing what they're doing. My wife was just talking to one of her friends on the phone recently who was telling her the story about how she can't remember. She got a call from a guy who she knows he's telling the truth, that she had sex with him.
Oh, wow.
On a night recently that they were out. But she doesn't remember the details or the situation, but she knows he's in lying. He called
That's
her.
that whore-bag syndrome.
He called her. He actually had the decency to call her to thank her for the night.
Oh, just wanted to let you know it was really good. Thanks.
And she didn't remember it until he brought it up, and now she has some vague memories of having sex with him.
That's scary.
Yeah, but when you're walking bowling
really
into your car, you know you had sex all night.
And she's really a good-looking girl.
That is really scary,
And
though.
she's acting like a drunk whore bag, and I don't want that to stop, although I want you ladies to acknowledge what's going on here and hang your heads in collective shame.
I've been with plenty of women who try to forget.
Drive drunk and be a whore bag all at the same time. That's not a good thing.
Christine, now that you've made this very stirring little accusation and scolding of your own gender, I hope that you're gonna be
not a drunk whore bag.
Well, I'm kind of hoping you're gonna be hypocritical and be caught doing the same thing.
Yeah, no.
No, I mean, drunken driving is not something to laugh about.
No, absolutely.
All right,
not.
and anyone who truly has had someone killed or affected in some way by a drunk driver is not going to think this is very funny.
No, you're absolutely right.
But
it's not.
I'll still take the trade-off of the whore bags that drive drunk because they're having, sex at the camp and freaking remember, Terry. That
is not
priceless.
good. Yeah. It's not
by the way,
good.
if you don't remember, I was really good. Just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, I'll make sure you tell all your friends of how big and great I was.
That's right, especially big. Not my waistline.
What would you rather have a girl tell her friends?
Big.
I would rather.
Oh, wow, really?
Doesn't great imply big to some extent?
Not necessarily.
I
don't want to be great. I never wanted to be great. That sounds like...
You just wanted to be big?
Yeah, just...
Well, but I think that if you're great,
great.
if a woman has a great guy or who got some satisfaction out of it, regardless of size, they're going to remember the great experience and want more, as opposed to he was just big.
Well, what is implied more? Does big imply that you are great more, or does great imply that you are big? If you say he was...
Okay.
I don't want to get too deep here.
Oh, wow.
I can't. I ain't that big.
Yeah, right.
If a girl tells all her friends, and she just leaves it at this, oh, he was great, does the girl she's telling automatically come up with this visual of, oh, he must be big? Or...
My buzzer's dying.
New batteries.
In the opposite scenario, or not so opposite, but in a different scenario, if a girl tells all her friends they're all huddled up and
break.
Well, I think that if she says he was big, the next question would be, well, but was he good? I mean, was he great though? He could be.
So it's not implied. If she says, oh, he was big, I want you to know, I couldn't believe it. That Tom,
he was big.
Was big.
And then they're gonna be like, really? He was big. Okay, but was he?
No, I don't think a woman would follow up with that question
No.
because even if she says he wasn't great, because he's big, other girls are still going to want him because they think, oh, because he's big, because I got a huge vagina, I'll make him great.
Oh, man.
I'll make him great for me. I can work with any guy that's big.
Who's big? Well, there are some women who can.
To me, guys that are great are like the super suave European guys who put rose petals on the bed. And,
no, that's not even
stuff. Yeah.
You guys are so
I don't want to be great.
ridiculous.
I just want to have a big one, and I don't care.
Brianna, you're on the air. Oh, geez, I'm so far behind. All right, hang on, Brianna. We got to continue this discussion in the next segment. Plus, to give you a little teaser, you're also in the 9 o'clock hour going to be hearing from this guy.
I say, wow.
All right. I'm sure the mystery is tremendous.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good? This your boy Florida, and right now I'm finna give you one of my favorite jams at the time. Feeling you, girl, wanna get close to you, no doubt. It's Be On You. Feature my
Text messaging or through the phone calls that we're getting into the show that will step up, raise her hand in a moment of accountability, and apologize on behalf of her own gender for making the roads less safe. Because that's what's happened here. As Terry read you in the last segment, and it is now in my possession, this story. It's right here in my hand. Can you hear it?
Shaking it.
All right. Well, look at the story, too, Terry. According to the FBI, figures from the feds. I'm glad the feds are on this, Terry. The feds are on the women's asses here. According to figures from the FBI, the overall number of women arrested for drunk driving is up a whopping 29% since 1998. And in that same period, the number of men arrested for driving under the influence is down 7.5%. So again, men, give yourselves a hand.
Nice job.
Oh, geez,
well done
dude.
to better our streets, make them safer, make the roads a little bit, filled with a peace of mind that has been unfortunately lacking for, since the Studebaker went by the wayside.
All those ads for DUI lawyers above the urinal are paying off, it looks like.
It does.
Kirk B. Bernard.
So who is the woman going to be that steps up in an accountable moment here? Where's the accountability is what I'm asking. Where's the woman who's going to say, yes, I raise my hand while hanging my head in shame simultaneously, and I accept blame on behalf of my own gender for us doing a horrible job of handling our alcohol, needing to get our buzz on, and then some, and then getting in our friggin' cars when, all the guys took home all the better-looking women and we had to drive our asses home.
Did you ever stop to think that it's a good possibility that it's not because we're just a bunch of lushes,
then what's
but
the
it's
reasoning?
because the men would much rather have the women drive because they're so inebriated they can't drive themselves.
Well,
so
if they were responsible designated drivers, Terry, then they would have kept themselves in a more soberized state. And soberized is a word.
Okay, it's
So,
your word.
You could deflect the blame all you want.
There's always that possibility.
If you were to tell me that the feds came out with a little subheading here that all these women, these ramped up amount of women getting pulled over for drunken driving is in situations where the man is in the passenger seat, then I'd say, all right, maybe you got a point. But I ain't thinking that that's the case.
Well,
I don't think that these women that are getting pulled over have a man who's way more drunk than they are in the passenger seat. Please.
I think so.
That's a weird visual you got there.
No, it's not.
It's because you chauffeur your man everywhere. Don't put it all over the rest of the world. All right.
Plenty of
Very
couples
nice,
go out together and go to the club, get wasted, and the guy gets more wasted than the woman.
Your husband's not driving with you. Right?
That's not what's going on. That's not the reason for this. Nice try, not really.
So
where's the woman who's going to step up? Is she on the line yet, Pastela? Or does everyone got their stupid theory like Terry here?
It's not a stupid theory. Very reasonable theory.
Well, you can't say it's a stupid theory because you came up with it.
It's very reasonable.
It is not reasonable.
It is.
Maybe it's not stupid, but it's definitely not reasonable. All right? It was a nice try. Not really.
Mostly stupid.
It was a try. Wow. And it wasn't stupid. It wasn't even mostly stupid.
Well,
it was partially stupid.
Well, it's closer to stupid than reasonable, right? You agree on the scale?
If I had to...
Push it one way. Oh,
Are you
boy, you're really enjoying
thirsty?
that beverage, aren't you?
If I had to say one or the other, if it's more towards the stupid or reasonable side, I'm going to say probably leans towards stupid. But it wasn't stupid. But it definitely wasn't reasonable. It was a weird theory. You throw it out there. And I think it more reflects on your own because I think you're just used to driving your husband around a lot. Does he do a lot of driving?
Yeah,
he drives?
He drives.
Mm-hmm.
Terry's not driving.
Well, then I don't know what the reason you brought that up was for, Terry, but it's definitely not the case. It's 29% higher numbers of women getting pulled over for DUIs, not because the men are all in the passenger seat telling their women, you got to drive, I'm way worse than you.
Her husband drives for a living. You think he's getting in the car with Terry driving?
He has.
Jeez.
Woman driver.
Plenty. Plenty of times he said, no, you drive today.
Let's hear from Donovan, who wants to make a comment. Yeah, I want to hear from the ladies, as I said, but we'll mix it up with a mail call. And then we got Hammy waiting. Donovan, yes.
Hey, what's going on?
Real quick, what do you got, Donovan?
I just want to say, it's good that women are finally starting to get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, getting by with their looks. They might be beautiful and they might have big butts and boobs and everything like that, but,
keep going.
Yeah. But it's good that, they're not getting in trouble no more. I mean, they are getting in trouble now.
So you think the cops were looking the other way at all these drunken women drivers in the past? It wasn't like there were less women driving drunk. It's just that they were getting a free pass, and now the cops are making them equal opportunity offenders? Or I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's it. I don't think the cops saw these women driving drunk prior to 1998 and were like, well, I'm not going to pull her over. I think women are just drinking more than ever and driving drunk more than ever.
But I think with the installation of video cameras on every car, that's hurt a little bit. I mean, you can't be a perv anymore when you pull a woman over.
They ain't getting as many free passes. You ain't pulling in the back alley to settle this out of court.
I never seen a breathalyzer look like that before.
Give it a good hard blow.
Wow.
Brianna, you're on the air.
To get the good reading.
I think it's because of the guys. I think guys are to blame.
So, wait, hold on. Before you go any further with this, here I'm looking for the woman who's going to raise her hand in a moment of accountability, and her first words is, I think it's the guy's fault. All right,
I'm not going to raise my hand and say it's okay or anything, but it's one of those things that guys don't really think. They think with one head, and unfortunately it's the wrong head, and it drives us women crazy, and so we go and drink a lot.
Okay, so it's the classic little accusation of you drove us to drink.
Oh, jeez.
Did we drive you to drink and drive? You drove me to drink and drive. I've heard the expression, you drove me to drink. Right. I never heard it said as, you drove me to drink and drive.
Right, it's your fault.
Please, Brianna. This is weaker than Terry's.
Oh, my God.
And that's saying a lot.
Oh, Terry's pretty
The
weak.
ladies that drive after getting drunk are just fucking idiots.
Oh,
easy.
Can't say that on the air, but that was cute.
You really liked it.
Said the F word with no problem.
Yeah, she was like really hardcore about it.
Definitely part of the vernacular.
Mm-hmm.
That came out way too easy.
Yeah, that was not the first time she's used that word.
No.
Of course, we had to dump that, so you missed that if you're listening on your classic radio.
Although in the Terry Cam and online.
Oh, on Terry Cam, you loved every second of it.
Woo, people are going, woo.
Finally a reason to be on Terry Cam.
Yeah, F-bomb, yeah.
Laura. You mean staring at gay phone operator isn't a reason?
No.
Laura, you're on the air.
Hi, T-Man.
Hi, Laura.
So, Terry's theory, not really that crazy.
I hear you got a
Thank
DUI.
you.
I hear Laura got a DUI last month.
Oh, well, then there you go.
She can speak from recent experience of being a driving lush. Yes, Laura.
And not a hoe bag.
Yeah, so no, that's totally what happened. My guy apparently was more inebriated than me. So.
Oh, please.
See? It's not such a stupid idea. It's very
When you got
reasonable.
pulled over for drunken driving, your boyfriend was in the passenger seat.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
Passed out, huh?
No, we were actually, there was three of us in the car, a friend in the back seat. My fiance was in the passenger seat. I was driving, and we were in the middle of like a conversation.
Well, if you didn't want to take a risk of DUI, listen to the kid in the background. Oh, it is. That's wonderful.
That's nice.
You should have, it doesn't make you any less guilty. It doesn't make you any more innocent because he was drunker than you. You should have had the wherewithal to say, hey, I'm drunk too. I don't want to get DUI. Let me call for a ride or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So don't put it on you.
Agree.
Yeah, this is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. I ain't tolerating this. You're all a bunch of drunk hooers, and you don't want to accept it. At least give us a little moment here. Up 29%! Got to reiterate that. Up 20. I got to pretend I still have the amazing amount of shock. Up 29%!
Very well done.
Kidding me?
So shocked you are.
Lakeisha, make some sense out of all this, please.
Well, I just want to say, would it be this big of a deal if it was men that was up 29%?
Well,
no, of course it wouldn't.
No,
Come
it
on.
wouldn't.
No, it'd be no big deal.
That's the point.
We're
We'd
picking
expect
on women.
behaviors like this from you ladies. So I thought you ladies were more civilized.
Behaviors from you men. And
Right.
Your percentage is still probably higher than ours.
Yes, it is.
Just because
Even though it's dropped a
It
little
may
bit.
be, but it's headed in the right direction. And you know what? A 7% drop. A 7% drop is nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not, but
Was it
still,
7 or
7.5.
7.5%. That's nothing to sneeze at.
But
I'm
what is
sneezing at things. I want to sneeze at something right now.
They're sexually profiling us.
What?
Yes.
Sexual profiling?
Yes. They're picking on us.
While we're at it, let me see your sexual profile.
Yeah.
Turn this way. The cops are picking on you ladies. That's your excuse?
Yep, that's my excuse.
Again, no.
I'm not condoning any of this.
Whatever. You can't have it both ways. Either you're going to stand up and raise your hand with accountability, or you're not, which it's seeming like you're choosing to do. So don't make it like you could play it both ways. I'm looking for a woman.
It's not right for men or women to drink or drive.
Absolutely.
But you can't pick on us just because our rates are higher when you guys are always higher.
So your lame excuse for why women are up 29% and men are down 7.5% is that the cops are sexually profiling ladies. Well, I got to admit, if I'm a cop, it's way more fun to pull over a drunk lady than a drunk dude. Drunk dudes, they get all, combative, and they may even try to take a swing at you, and then you got to taser their dumb ass.
It's a lot of work.
They might even call you pig or something like that. You absolutely don't need to be hearing that. And women, they giggle, they get all touchy-feely.
Yeah, you pull their panties down on accident. Oh, wait, what'd I say?
So maybe there is something to the sexual profiling.
Yeah,
but you can't use it as an excuse. That's a cop-out. That's a cop-out, ladies, and I expect more out of you. I expect more out of you, but what should I expect when you're driving all drunk? You may want to call it sexual profiling, but you're out there. You can't deny that. You drunk driving ladies are out there. So whether you want to say you're being profiled or not, you're putting yourselves out there in cars, driving yourselves home, thinking you can make it.
Yeah, most of them can barely drive back from the mall.
Right.
Sober.
Ready to take out a bus of church. Ready to take out a bus of church kids at 3 in the morning, Terry.
Wow, church kids out at 3 a.m.
Nami or Nami, you're on the air.
Awesome.
Hi, yeah.
Hi, Nami.
Good morning.
I'm okay.
Well, I kind of had the same theory as Terry, but a little bit different. I think that chivalry's pretty much gone downhill, and I think
Chivalry. It's all about chivalry. What?
I think women are the ones taking men out. I think that they have the jobs and they have the nice cars, and they're the ones taking the guys out nowadays. And unfortunately, leaving, they're the ones driving their own cars because they're not going to let the guy drive their car. And they're getting pulled over.
All the man's fault. Mm-hmm. There it is.
No, she's just saying that with the independent woman out there, and nowadays with they're, doing it equally. That's all she's saying.
At the end of all your theories, the bottom line is women are driving drunk.
And it's up 29%.
But am I 29%? But am I getting one woman? Am I getting one caller that will raise her hand and say, this is horrible, I am embarrassed on behalf of all women, we are going to do a better job here, this is inexcusable, this is sickening, and I'm embarrassed to have a bunt. Am I getting any of that? No. It's the man's fault. Here's the reason we're being profiled. Blah, 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 blah.
No accountability at all.
No accountability whatsoever. How predictable was this? How predictable? Christian, are you a woman or a man?
I'm a man.
Yeah, I figured, yeah. What's up, Christian?
Well, I agree with the first guy that was talking because, it was true. Girls always trying to get off with their looks and stuff like that. And I think now that times are rough, we got a recession going on. Cops got to hit a quota, and, hey, whoever they can get their hands on. That's what it's all about.
So the cops are being told you have to bring in a certain number of female drunk drivers, and these days of giving women the free pass.
Well, not necessarily women, but, I mean, if they're the ones driving, they're the ones going to get caught up.
The days of giving the women the free pass, munch on her ass, are over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's over because if times are rough, we got to get our money up and quotas are.
Okay.
Video cameras, too, killed all that, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Why would your video camera pause from 1 a.m.
Hammy, I don't have much time left. Hammy, you may want to call in tomorrow to get your money's worth. You know what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
But if you want to give me a quick minute, a quick weekend update, what do you got?
Well, right now I'm live on the set of the Department of Correction. Over the weekend, I didn't have a very good weekend. I did went on a date last night. Oh. The date ended so-so. I just popped me a new one at the Department of Correction. She is a stripper. She said she's going to holler at me later on, and I wish there's some sunshine come out here. And for all the women that's out here, tomorrow I'll be leaving y'all my phone number 3 times over there.
Okay. Now, when you say a date ends so-so, I'm trying to visualize what that could be like for you. Does that mean you got some action but didn't, get the full run of it? Or what does that mean when you say the date ended so-so?
Well,
you motorboated her boobies, but that's where it ended, or what?
That's more than so-so for me.
Well, it ended at
the height of all heights?
Yeah, take it.
It ended at Freddy's Casino. I bought her something to eat, bought her something to drink. I brung my clothes to sleep at her house. But
you brought a sleepover gear.
Yeah.
Got it in the Safeway bag with them at dinner.
Yeah, and what happened?
Being it was my first day, she made it very clear over the phone that I would not be spending the night, but I thought maybe that I was just that charming that I might be able to just weasel my way in there, but it didn't happen this time.
Aha. So you were a little presumptuous by bringing your sleepover gear on a first date.
Right, correct. correct.
Yeah, when a guy shows up at a first date with his sleepover clothes, Terry, is that a little bit taking liberties that may not be quite assumed?
You think?
I got my humidifier and everything.
I got my feety pajamas.
Yeah. Toothbrush ready to go.
Got my snoring apparatus. I'm going to need this, too.
Hammy has really not mastered the art of the first date little ins and outs, so to speak. Bring in your sleepover stuff. Maybe a little bit of a putting the cart before the horse, so to speak.
Well, you just never know what you're up for. It probably could have been a one-night stand, a two-night stand. You just never know.
Keep it in your car, though. You don't let her know you brought it, right?
But you bought her some goods at the Freddy's. You bought her some dinner. You bought her what? Some free pool.
I ordered myself. And I got good news. That's right. I got bad news. I got good news.
Wow.
I lost all my money, but I had the winning ticket to go spin the wheel, and I won myself a $30 comp. And I was
at Freddy's?
Wow, yeah, Freddy's.
Nice.
Freddy's Casino
Nice
downtown.
job. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Good job, Hammy.
I love
nice
to spin a wheel.
All right. Well, I had Pasty scour the phone lines.
Yeah, I'm scouring, dude.
How many calls of women did we take, Terry, during the course of the
few.
past? Yeah, we took a bunch.
Yes, we did.
And amongst those calls and amongst those that Pasty has scoured through.
Yes.
Not one.
Oh, really?
Not one woman. Including yourself, by the way. Embarrassing. Embarrassing to have to realize that that's the situation. Not one woman ready to step up and say, horrible job, embarrassed, gonna do better. Nobody. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll see all of you at the Seahawks game in a few weeks.
Okay.
Unreal.
Yeah.
It's okay, though, because I told you at the beginning of this, I don't want it to change.
So cool.
All right?
Continue being lushes and whorebags?
For some reason, I think the drunk female drivers less dangerous than the drunk male drivers?
I think so.
I think so, too.
I think they're more cautious.
So the fact that the men number is going down 7.5%, we can get that every so many years, and the number of women will take that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Guys are cranking the music, driving with their knees, trying to light a cigarette, you know.
Texting on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
All over.
I hope this bitch is home. I'm coming over.
But good job, guys.
Yo, what's up? This is The American Dream. My favorite songs on KUBE 93 right now would have to be
Mariah Carey.